And greetings gamers and welcome back to Let's Play the Lone Wolf Kai series. Finally got it right. What is this, the 5th episode? I think so. You join us now at the junction where we died. Well, we didn't die here, but you get the point. Seeing as we know going east will lead to our deaths, we just go south. It is almost dark when you reach the edge of a densely forested valley. You can just make out the highway disappearing into the trees ahead and catch sight of a signpost pointing towards the south. You are now only 40 miles from Ronan, but your men are tired and in need of food and rest. Set up camp at the edge of the forest? If you wish to send some men to the valley to scout for bandits? If you decide to go without food and sleep and press on to Ronan as quickly as possible? Scout? I suppose? Does that mean we don't... I just gotta... yeah. You send 3 of your men into the valley with orders to scout the highway and towards the borders for bandits. Before the scouts leave, you remind them to report back within 2 hours. You're hungry and must now eat. Fair enough. Eat. Oh yeah, the only difference in the thing, I think we started with less money and I got the holy water off the monks instead of the normal whatever I got before. I think it was gold and some fish or potion of healing, I don't know. In spite of their fatigue, your men are now alert and ready for action, for it has been over 3 hours since your scouts departed and not one of them has returned. Whoops. If you used to send 3 more scouts, nah, let's not do that. Yeah, we're not waiting either. Okay, so my choice is sacrifice 3 more men, wait until dawn, or wait until first light to investigate. Okay, I can understand that. Or we can head to Eshnar still. Well, I guess wait till first light, even though that's a stupid move. At first light you prepare to enter the valley. The highway is enshrouded by mist and soon on both sides the Ronan forest closes in. A tangle of pale grey tree trunks of every shape and size crowd thickly around you. After a few minutes' ride, you find the wreck of a burnt out wagon, abandoned at the side of the road. Behind it, a track disappears eastward into the hills. Search the wrecked wagon. Ignore the wagon and press on the highway. Go to the track that leads up the hills. I'm gonna consider that the wagon is a trap, so let's just move on. You follow the track as it wends its way through the forested hills. You soon come across fresh hoof prints in the soft earth of the track. We have the Kai's beloved tracking, so we recognize the hoof prints of a Sumlingden cavalry horse. There are 2 sets of track and you are sure that they were made by 2 of your missing scouts. You decide to follow them eastward in the hope of finding your men. The track leads to the overgrown entrance of a mine tunnel. You peer into the gloomy passage to see that many beams and props that once supported the roof have now collapsed. Mounds of moss-covered earth litter the tunnel floor, and a rivulet of ore-stained water trickles a winding course around them. The hoofprints end at the entrance, but 2 sets of footprints continue into the mines. It's a trap! If you wish to send your men in search of the missing horses, if you wish to follow the footprints into the mine, if you wish to call off the search, you can return along the hill track. I guess head into the mine? Close quarters combat? I mean, looking for the missing horses isn't gonna help. I mean, in this sort of setting, I would send my men to look for the horses, then go into the mine, but... okay, we're just heading in. Okay, you leave 3 men to guard the horses and take 4 men into the mine. It is pitch dark, but you are quick to notice that unlit torches line the damp walls at regular intervals. You each take a torch and light it before going any further. Now the footprints can clearly be seen on the muddy floor. They lead to a collapsed section of the tunnel, where they disappear over the top of a massive earth wall. If you wish to climb the mound of earth and squeeze through the narrow gap between the top mound and the ceiling, turn to page 254. If you wish to call off the search and return to the mine entrance. I'm going through, I know it will caving, I will most likely die, but we gotta go for it. The tunnel continues to descend for several hundred yards until you reach a wide chamber with a timber floor. Two pairs of footprints can clearly be seen in the silt covering the rotten planks. To your horror, they both seem to disappear into the gaping hole. Inching your way to the jagged edge, you can make out two bodies lying at the bottom of a muddy shaft. You have found your scouts, but they are beyond all help. As the soft timbers begin to sag, you retreat from the edge to avoid a similar fate. Beyond the holes are two exits from this chamber. One heads towards the east, the other south. We have the guide discipline of tracking. You suddenly realize that you have entered a remote section of the Manakaan mines via a disused passage from the foothills of the Manakaan Range. For hundreds of years, the ore of this range has been the blessing and the bane of thousands drawn here to seek their fortune. Men have either found wealth beyond their wildest dreams, or have perished without a trace in the labyrinth of cold, damp tunnels. You know that if only you can locate a section of this mine that is still in use, you'll be able to follow its tunnels all the way to Ronan itself. As Ronan lies to the south, you decide to take the south passage out of the chamber. You follow the tunnel for over 2 hours before arriving in a huge cavern. The gloomy hall is divided by an underground river that disappears into a wide archway in the south wall. On its on its opposite bank, you can just make out the shape of another passage leading to the west. A small rowing boat is beached on this side of the river, and two pairs of oars are discovered behind the moss-covered boulder to which it is tied. I sense a Resident Evil 4 moment of just run away. If you wish to row across the other bank and take the west tunnel, turn to page 340. If you wish to take the boat and continue south via the river, Now leading to the west, we want to go south. So heading to the west will not help us. Therefore continue along the river? As you drift beneath the arch of your southern tunnel, you pull your kite cloak around your body and raise the hood. The ceiling is leaking and huge drops of ore-stained water rain down on your crowded boat, streaking the hair and tunics of your men a rusty brown. My men are still with me. You row for over a mile before eventually emerging in a small grotto. A flight of stone steps rises out of the river and ascends to an archway in a rock wall. If you wish to land at the steps and investigate the tunnel, turn to page 8. If you wish to continue south by the river, turn to page 240. See, now what I'm sort of afraid of is a waterfall. So I will actually save and continue along the river. And as I thought, we get a random thing there. For over 10 miles, the river wends its steady course southwards. You pass through several grottos, but their rocky banks are so steep that they make a landing impossible. You're rowing along a particularly wide tunnel when you suddenly realize that the boat is moving faster and faster. Yeah, waterfall. I'm loading the game. I didn't want to do waterfall. Your men secure the boat to a rusty iron ring before following you up the stone steps towards the archway. As you reach a narrow ledge at the top of the granite staircase, you hear strange sounds drifting from the darkness ahead, like the hissing of a jet of steam. It lasts for a few seconds before the crack of a whip and the voice of a man cursing bring it to an abrupt halt. If you wish to enter the tunnel, turn to page 151. If you decide not to enter the tunnel, you can return to the room or head into the tunnel, and which is obvious. The floor of the tunnel is covered with the decaying remains of rodents. The sound of cracking bones makes you wince with disgust as you and your men step gingerly through the foul-smelling debris. You reach a section where the tunnel curves abruptly to the east, revealing the reflections of torchlight on the rough stone walls. A quick check ahead confirms your suspicions. Two armor-clad warriors stand guard at a well sunk into a torch-lit chamber. I can't talk today, Jesus. If you wish to signal your men to attack the guard, turn to page 320. If you wish to try to lure them into the tunnel and capture them alive, let's do that. You toss a rock along the tunnel to attract the guard's attention. It works. Within seconds you can hear footsteps approaching. You attack. The guards barely have time to gasp when your men leap out of the darkness and overpower them. Once disarmed, their hands are tied and they are herded back into the well chamber. Let's search them first. Okay, get fought in, spear, broadsword, an iron key. Brass key? Really, those count as items? Son of a bitch. Potion of red liquid. I'm going to assume I can't take that. Yeah. I'll get rid of one of my healing potions. Whatever. No, that was one of the just... the red liquid was a potion. Like the one I just discarded, so... yeah, you recognize the liquids to me. I should read. Sitting to the north wall of the chamber is a large icon door. Next to the door is a stone archway. Wait, can't I talk to them? I wanted to search and then, interrogate them. I didn't think it was an and/or scenario. Fucking hell. Well, let's examine the iron door. The iron door is locked, but there is a lockpick to the keyhole and a large handle upon which a large whip. Yeah, we gotta... No, I'll get rid of that again. Just grab the whip. I'm thinking Indiana Jones is gonna be useful here. If we possess the iron key, we may open the door. Let's do so. You turn the key and push open the iron door immediately. A loud hissing fills your ears, like steam escaping from a geyser. A cat-like creature leaps at you from out of the darkness, knocking you to the ground. Its eyes glowing with a green fire, and its fetid scorching your face. Just an elix. As you struggle to free yourself from its powerful, jagged jaws, one of these creatures bound through the open door and attack your men. You cannot evade the combat, and you must fight this beast to the death. Oh boy, why do I always do these things? That was me. All me, baby. Curiosity will have the cat kill you, apparently. Oh well, excitement. I mean, that was the last thing I was expecting. Fucking jungle cats in the mine. Is it an instant kill? It is. That's why you don't fuck with me. Of course, all my men will be dead. As you crawl from under the body of Elix, you see the desperate struggle still raging in the chamber. Two of your men lie dead, their throats torn out by the ferocious beach. Another is pinned beneath an Elix, his sword thrust into its side. The other ranger has reached the stairs and is desperately hacking at the head and neck of an Elix whose teeth are sunk into its foot. There is no sign of the guards. They have been knocked backwards into the well and have fallen to the watery doom. If you wish to help the ranger who is pinned to the floor, if you wish to help the ranger who is fighting at the bottom of the stairs. Now, one's pinned beneath. Do we know he's alive? I mean, its teeth are sunk into its foot, so we'll probably have to carry him. Guy underneath the Elix, though, we don't know if he's alive. Tough choice. Gonna go with the guy I know is alive. 2 well-aimed blows are enough to dispatch the hissing beast. The ranger has collapsed and is nearly unconscious through loss of blood. Oh, come on! His right foot is almost severed at the ankle. You know that he has only a few minutes to live, and there's nothing that you can do to help him. The other man is also now beyond. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you indeed, sir. Fuck you indeed. It's a son of a bitch. Son of a fucking bitch. I made the right call, just fuck you. If you wish to escape from the chamber by ascending the stairs... I'll ascend. You know that everyone had to die. You just know that. There must be no way to save anyone. I just don't believe that. For over 5 minutes you climb the spiral staircase before reaching the next level, where a mine tunnel leads off towards the south. You have covered less than 100 yards of the dank passage when you discover a lever set high up on the left-hand wall. A sudden noise in the distance betrays a guard patrol marching towards you. Without a second thought, you pull the lever, and a stone panel slides back to reveal a secret tunnel. You enter quickly to avoid the guards. Once they have passed by, you try to leave, but find that you cannot reopen the stone panel from the inside. With a growing feeling of despair, you turn and follow the secret tunnel. The tunnel soon emerges into a large chamber divided by a deep mine shaft. Now, just a second, why did they have that? Why do you have a chamber full of ferocious cats that will kill you the minute you open the door? That just doesn't make sense. A dark-skinned warrior in tatty leather armor stands guard at the entrance to the wooden bridge spanning to the shaft. He is whittling a block of wood, grumbling to himself about how unfair it is that he is given the most boring duties. On the far side of the chamber, a tunnel disappears into the west wall. You know that if you are to reach the tunnel, you must get past the guard and across the bridge. Let's use Mind Over Matter, because we just got it. You concentrate your powers and direct them at an outcrop of loose shale overhanging the shaft on the opposite side of the chamber. In seconds, there is a crack of slate, and stone as part of the outcrop crumbles away and falls into the gaping mine shaft. The guard is startled by the sudden noise and leaves his post to investigate. Without a moment's hesitation, you dash across the now empty bridge and disappear into the tunnel beyond. Less than 50 yards along the tunnel wall, you notice a lever. Your kind instincts make you naturally suspicious of this unusual feature, and you scour the floor looking for evidence of a trap. You find nothing, but a glance of the roof reveals the underside, a wide portcullis hidden beneath two beams. You pull the lever, and the portcullis falls, sealing off the tunnel behind you. To make sure you will not be followed, you smash the lever with a wedge of stone before continuing along the tunnel. And if that was our only way out, good move. Let's eat our last meal. It is up to you to decide, but it seems that using hunting and making mines is realistic. Oh shit. A line of empty ore wagons lie parked along a stretch of track that disappears into the west wall of this gallery. Above the arched tunnel, a flight of wooden stairs leads to a smaller passage, lit by a spluttering torch. You stay hidden in the shadows, watching the gallery for half an hour before you are satisfied that it is safe to enter. We have the Kaiser of tracking, and we have reached the rank of aspirant. Well, technically reached the rank of, was it Warman? I think it's Warman. Yeah, Warman. What's that? Oh, we can actually set our rank. Judging by the smoothness of the stone floor and the conditions of the ore wagons, you deduce that this gallery must service a major section of the mines. A fresh breeze can be felt blowing out of the west tunnel, and you sense that you must be near the surface. Roll-on lights due west, the same direction as the ore wagon tunnel. You take a deep breath and emerge from the shadows, cross the gallery, and quietly enter the archway beyond. As you make your way along the torchlit tunnel, you pass several ore wagons bearing the same design branded upon their wooden sides. Across Merline, above the initials OV, you recognize the seal of Orden Vanalund, the Baron of Ruanon, and it confirms the fact that you are heading in the right direction. Suddenly, the sound of approaching footsteps begin to echo along the tunnel ahead. They become louder, accompanied now by shouting and a crackle of a whip. If you wish to dive into one of the empty ore wagons, turn to page 161. If you wish to hide in the shadows... Yeah, I'm thinking ore wagons. Although that could be a mistake. Raising the hood of your Kai cloak, you crouch in the bottom of an empty ore wagon and wait with bated breath. Through a gap in the wood, you can see a haggard procession of men shuffling towards you. An escort of bandit warriors pushes them forward, beating any who falter or slip out of line. You feel a sudden jolt as your wagon is pushed along the tunnel, and glance up to see a sweat-streaked face peering down at you. Run left when I say go, whispers the face, that disappears over the edge of the wagon. Of the wagon, my bad. As the wagon emerges from the tunnel, sunlight suddenly floods over you. Through the crack you can now see your destination. The wagons are being shunted onto a timber gantry, where the track ends, some 50 feet above a huge mound of ore. Your observations are cut short by a hissed command, go. Well, we're gonna trust this guy. And run left. You leap over the side of the wagon and sprint towards a line of densely packed trees that 20 yards from the track. Luck is with you. Okay, that isn't a comment there, that's smudge on my monitor. But the bandit guards fail to notice your daring escape, and the wagons continue on their way towards the gantry. Pausing just long enough to catch your breath, you give silent thanks to the stranger who helped you before pressing onwards through the trees. And we're actually going to call the video here, folks. Join us next time where we escape. I think we already have escaped, but there we go. Till then, folks. Until then.